Hello, my beautiful Earth Soul family. You've got Janae on the channel. Welcome in. I hope that you have had a high vibrational, amazing week. I know that it has been a rough week for some. It's Valentine's Day week. A lot of people just celebrating. And my original message was not this one. We're kind of switching it up and going on the fly with this one. I had another message this week, but I did not feel led to give that one. And I guess the energies are saying something different. So we just had Valentine's Day. We're in the month, the week, the day of love. And it's funny that it is a day of love, but so many people did not feel loved. Um, and so today's message that came through was, how are you loving yourself? And this is a journey of unconditional self love. And on a day about love, so many people looked to be loved by other people rather than loving themselves. And I think that's probably what led me to do this message. It's not totally, how I feel about my journal. Journaling, getting that out. A lot of you probably need to be journaling this week and looking in deep within some pains and hurts. But I just want to talk a little about not just unconditional self love, but I've told you guys sometimes different ways to love yourself, or how are you. So today, how are you loving yourself? So with Valentine's Day, some of you had Valentine's loves. Some of you are going through breakups. Some of you are going through makeups. Some of you didn't have a significant other or a partner. But whether you did or not, you should have been spending that day, whether physically, mentally, internally, you should have been loving yourself. It should have been a day of celebrating you, the love that you've found, the love you are finding, the love you are discovering in yourself. And it makes me so sad to see so many people sad about a holiday that people just made up for commercial purposes. And I had a lot of people around, and I'm going to be very careful about whose stories that I tell, or at least how I drop them. But I do have several clients. As you know, I am a hairdresser. So people come in, and for a week that was supposed to be so uplifting and loving, it really separated people and made them feel unworthy of love. I had so many people who came in that either were going through tumultuous issues with their significant other and wasn't feeling in a very loving space. I had some people that I was around who they were around people who had significant others and they did not. And it brought about this bitterness and this anger. And I remember sitting down with someone, and I was telling her, I said, what's going on? Your energy it's off. You're not, something's not right. And she was just saying how, she was stressed, as we all are with certain things, finances, life, but that she was just feeling kind of overburdened and unloved. And in turn, just like her, I had another friend who was telling me, she's going through some things in a relationship, and come to find that her mate does not celebrate her for any holidays or anything, birthday, holiday, whatever. And I told her, I said, where, when is the responsibility for feeling loved put on you and not somebody else? Now, there are standards that we should hold for the people in our lives, but you are the greatest standard first. If you aren't celebrating yourself and loving yourself, well, how do you think someone else is going to do that for you? You are the greatest embodiment of the love, the care that you want to see for yourself. Now, it had come up that she just felt that nobody loved her for who she truly was, that they wanted to take bits and pieces of her rather than the whole part of her. And I believe so many of us have had times in our lives when we felt that way. But then I went back to, well, are you living completely in your fullest self? Are you showing that love completely in yourself? Are you even showing them who you are in totality? Or are you holding those things in and keeping things back because you know they may not like those parts of you? My lovely, lovely, sweet babies. The person that is meant for you is going to love you for you entirely. Every flaw, every scar, every weird quirk, every piece of you, the good and the bad, the light and the dark. We always talk about duality and totally encompassing ourselves and getting familiar with our shadow, being comfortable in that shadow, knowing and understanding it completely and integrating it with our light. And that was a moment of deep self-reflection when we realized maybe I wasn't loving all the parts of myself, so I was only willing to give the pieces that I knew that that person would like or love. That is heartbreaking. And I stand in that same place. I have been there. I have been in a place where I allowed people to love me only from the place of what I knew that they would accept or that they would like. No longer are we living in that time or those days. No longer will I break pieces off of myself so that you can swallow them easier. You take the whole piece or choke. It's that simple. If you are completely loving yourself, you are going to love yourself and give yourself fully authentically. And whatever strange vibes we're even going to use, for instance, we see, I switch up the game a lot. I like to switch up my thing. And today we are rocking black lipstick. Now, normally this would be something for Halloween, or, people say, oh, that's so goth. I don't understand why we always have to put labels on people. Let people be people. Let them be who they are. Let them enjoy what they enjoy. Today I'm enjoying matte black lipstick. That's my choice. It's a bold choice. And a lot of times people would shy away from that. Why? Why be afraid of what someone is going to label you as or think of you as? They're going to do it regardless. How about allowing them to do it in who you really are? Then you're totally comfortable in yourself. You're totally comfortable in whatever notion or thing that they brought up. Because people, like I said, they're always going to talk about you. At least let them talk about you from an authentic space. With you standing in your truth and your light with your integrated shadow. Because, baby, my shadow rides shotgun. She is my ride or die. And although it has been a time where it worked against me, but it was because of the fear that I had in allowing that part of me to be on the forefront because of what I may have been judged by, not fully loving myself. So when I say, how are you loving yourself? I don't just mean buying flowers and pampering yourself, although that is self-love. We should be doing those things. Taking ourselves out on dates, um, going away to places, doing kind things for ourselves, speaking words of light and love into ourselves, because words hold power. So we should be speaking that into ourselves. But not only that, but moving in a higher standard of requirement. If you spent Valentine's Day, one, sad, alone, miserable, wondering why no one loves you, that is the first problem. You should have been loving yourself. You should have been walking in such a high vibrational energy of, there'll be a time when somebody comes in, but right now I am nestled in the beautiful space of dating me, understanding me, loving me. That's a beautiful place to be, where you aren't worried about what standard or what someone's looking at you as, or how they want to bring you in their space to lift them up, but just loving yourself in every form and facet possible. Two, if you were in a relationship that is not good, you're sad, you're upset, they're not treating you right, so now you're depressed, someone didn't celebrate you, or they did a half-hearted effort to celebrate you. And I'm not talking about, I gotta buy you things. There are so many things that you can do to show someone that you love them, whether it's giving time, doing an activity with them that you may not enjoy, but you know that warms their heart, writing them a letter of love and expressing that to them, cooking them a nice dinner, something that they like, cooking with them, for them, cleaning up their house or their space. Or there's so many things. I used to love me some coupons. You know those little love coupons that say you get one hug, or I'll wash the dishes, or something like that, and then actually allowing that person to redeem those coupons or the certificates, because so many people put in half-butt effort, say I'm gonna give you a little coupon thing, and then won't redeem the coupons. You might as well have not given me nothing, right? Or three, you were in a beautiful relationship, but you were so worried about what that person was going to do for you, or what you were going to do for them, and there was no self-love involved. It was just, I have to get something, or they have to do something for me, or I have to do something for them, whether it was reciprocated or not, and it wasn't about just loving yourself as well, added to the equation. Well, we're still in a sad state, because your emotional balance is predicated on that person. What they do, what they were going to do, what you were going to do to make them feel good. You should be making you feel good. I can't stress it enough that human relationship so many times goes into a downward spiral, because people are looking to get poured into from someone else's cup, rather than pouring into their own cup. And then whatever is overflow, you pour into someone else's. We have to learn to pour from our own cups. We have to learn how to pour into ourselves, love into ourselves, speak light into ourselves. How do we do that? If you wake up and you just don't feel great, start your day with speaking words of love and affirmation into yourself. I am beautiful. I am kind. I am loving. I am deserving. I am enough. I am divine. I am here for a beautiful purpose. Why are we not doing that, people? Speak those words whether you believe them or not. Speak those words into yourself. Speak that love into yourself. And then do. I have a friend who is very insecure, whether she wants to admit that or not. She's not, I think she's had maybe one relationship in her life. And so very often I never see her dress up or care for herself or do anything for herself. But boy, I tell you what, she will live her life for everybody else and fall apart in the process. And I'm always telling her, are you taking care of yourself? What are you doing to take care of yourself? Did you eat today? Did you spend time with yourself? Did you do any meditation? Did you do any prayer? Whatever you believe. Did you spend time cultivating love into yourself today? And a lot of times she'll say, oh, I'm trying. No. Just like one of my friends said, trying is just a half effort. You're not supposed to be trying, you're doing. Are you doing it? If you're doing it, then you're doing it. Trying means that you're just not doing it, but you're just saying it. We're going to live from what? An action place. A verb. We're not just going to say things, we are going to do them, which means putting yourself first. You cannot take care of anybody else if you are not taking care of yourself. And so many times what will be said is, well, they need me, or I have to do this, or what will happen. If you weren't here today, life would still go on. Live in that space of that. That will be taken care of. But who is going to take care of me? I'll tell you, you are. That very same friend, as self-sacrificing as she is, it never gets reciprocated. It does not get put back on her, given back to her, and it's just an endless cycle of siphoning. One day we were going out, and I love her to death, but sometimes people speak and move through places of insecurity. So we were getting ready to go out, and I told you I love me some lipstick. I am not a full makeup girly. I don't know how to, I guess I could, do the blending and all that. I just find it unnecessary. It makes the face feel weird and whatever. If there's a blemish, you're going to see it. We all have scars and blemishes and things, and hormones get out of whack. You may get a pimple. Got one trying to come up now, right here, getting my nerves. But this is my face. This is me. You're going to love it or leave it. That's your prerogative. I'm always gonna love it. But I just love me some lipstick. I'm a lipstick girly. But I'm not dependent on it. I'm not dependent on any of the things I put on my face. It's fun. It's like a dress up for me. It's a day. Just enjoy whatever. Spruce it up a bit. Make yourself feel good. I told y'all. Make yourself feel good. When you look good, you feel good. So I was putting on some lipstick, and as we were riding out in the car, and she was like, oh, well, I don't wear makeup. I didn't say anything. I'm just doing my thing. And she was like, I don't wear makeup. And I was like, I noticed. Good for you. And she just kept saying it. And I finally just said, honey, are you just saying that because you want to and you don't know how to? Or are you feeling some type of way because you see me in my light and I'm loving, enjoying myself, and you feel insecure? Because what we aren't doing is letting people talk down to us or at us. We check in stuff. Shadow said, let me step in. I tagged her in. I said, come on. I said, don't try to put your insecurities on me. I love you all the same, but what we're not going to do is that. I said, I love you, but I see you walking in insecurity. You hide yourself under big clothes and silence, and you put baby in the corner. But why are you coming at me for something I'm doing for myself? Something that I enjoy doing because it's fun. She just kind of got quiet. I was like, I said, what we're not going to do is break down someone else's light because we are in darkness. That's low vibrational behavior. Oh, I called it out because that's what we're supposed to do. We living in love and light. We calling out other people's shadows too. My energetic mirror, baby. She was just like, oh, well, I said, look, girl, if you want some tips or tricks, I got you. But don't come for me unless I send for you. And I did it in love and light. And I just said, I'm here for you to encourage you and build you up. But what I won't allow you to do is sit in my energetic space and try to break me down because you feel less than. What we have to start doing in how we are loving ourselves is calling people out when they think they are going to diminish our light. So many times people get into your space and may try to break you down when they aren't feeling their own light. Is it okay? No. Are we going to tolerate it? Absolutely not. But can we check it in love and light and tell Shadow tag you in and check that? Yes, we can. And also for those of you who are doing it to yourself, don't stop self-sabotaging. Self-sabotaging. Love yourself. If you see an imperfection, let me tell you, just like I say, when I'm scared of something, I run straight towards it. If I fear it, then I'm going straight towards it because I'm going to learn something. I'm not going to let fear hold me back. Do the same thing in your insecurity. If there is something that you don't like about yourself that you are insecure about, highlight it. Put it on the forefront. If you think you got weird tiny lips, well, highlight them that day. Put some lipstick on. Show them off. If you don't like your eyes or you feel like they're too squinty or funny or lopsided or whatever it may be, show them off that day. If you are having a problem with your body and you don't like it, here's the thing. If you don't like something, only you can change it. And I'm not talking about chopping stuff up and getting surgery and all that. That's, some people do that. But you can change those things. But even when you do, you're still going to have a skewed version of yourself. Love yourself in the place that you are at right now while working on it. You can work on it. You can lose weight. You can stop doing something, you picking at your face, or you're doing whatever it may be that you don't like about yourself. You can work on those things. But as you're working on those things, you should be working on the love that you have for yourself regardless. Regardless. Because even if you change those things, if something were to happen, or you even got to that place, they always talk about body dysmorphia, how people go into these extreme changes and looks and still see themselves as that past person. Well, you know, that's because you never did the inner work in the beginning. You just thought, I'm going to lose all this weight and just all of a sudden I'm going to think so highly of myself. Do the work in your lowest place. So as you begin to rise up and ascend, you are still going to feel so good about yourself. Don't allow that change or that switch up to determine how you love yourself. So many people are going to surgeons and carving themselves up, paying thousands of dollars. And then at the end, they still don't like what they see because they never liked what they saw in the beginning. Baby, love yourself. You are occupying this earthly avatar for a very small amount of time. You're not here very long. Most people don't live to 100, but if we were being generous, we say 100 years. That may seem like a long time. It's not that long. 90, 80, 70, 60 years. That is not a long time. Stop allowing physical things. There are physical things, some things you cannot change. Maybe it's those things that Spirit is telling you, all right, learn to love that, because your physical does not make up who you are. You know how many physically beautiful people are out there and they are the ugliest people because inside is ugly. It is dark and dank and ugly. So internally, you need to love yourself first. It's not always about the physical aspect. So many people get so caught up in what they see physically. Let me tell you right now, this shell, this avatar, this outward form does not make me who I am. This makes me who I am. This makes me who I am. How I think, how I act, how I move. Who am I to other people? What good deeds I do? Who am I in this life? My heart, the heart of me. Who am I? Who am I embodying? Because at some time, which is the beautiful thing about the universe, is that this avatar breaks down. As time goes on, it breaks down. Nobody stays beautiful forever. Your skin will start to shrivel and wrinkle up like a raisin. You may lose your hair. You may lose your teeth. You may lose the vibrancy in your skin. And instead of chasing material and earthly ways to bring yourself back, how about you learn what beautiful is on the inside? Because that's what counts. You can miss out on your greatest blessing by focusing on this. What if you went blind today? You would never see the physical, but what you will feel and see is the internal. I think this world would be such a better place if everybody was blind. Because you know how many people cheat themselves out of a beautiful blessing of an amazing counterpart, a soulmate, a person, because of the way they look, because they can't get out of their ego? First of all, who told you that you were the all that and a bag of chips on the side? You know, that person could be brought into your life, one, for you to learn something, which is to get out of ego and material and the physical, because that does not matter. Because anybody can have an accident or a situation that takes all that beauty away. Then what are you left with? You don't know what divine sent that person in for. Beautiful light into your life. And you so worried about this and this that you are missing out on your greatest blessing. When you get out of your ego and yourself and you see the real heart of the matter, you find the divine gift that you are being blessed with, whether that's in yourself or with someone else being brought into your life. Do not let your shadow, your ego, steal the gifts that this universe is trying to give you. It's silly. It's stupid, frankly. But realize that one day you are just going to be a sack of skin and meat. And at the end of the day, who are you? Who are you as a person? Are you a beautiful divine light? Or did you move in this and this so much that you got caught up in your avatar and you didn't find your heart or your soul, your greatest being, your highest light? Let's not do that, people. So in saying that, let's do some things to love ourselves. And I've said in my channel many a times how to go do that. So I'm not about to list off a whole bunch of ways. Go watch one of my other videos, people. But one thing I will say is that we will speak love into ourselves, into our divine light. Let's work on ourselves. Be a better person and you will love yourself more. When you think you're about to talk bad about somebody, gossip about somebody, make fun of somebody, or stop yourself and think, is that the best and greatest me? And why am I doing that? Am I making fun of somebody because I don't feel good about myself? Am I talking about them because I don't feel good about myself? Probably. Let's stop that. Let's change that. You see somebody and it may be something weird or different, change the narrative. Instead of going, oh, that's so weird, say, look at them living in their own truth. I respect that. If you have something you want to do and you are held back by the fear of judgment, baby, it is your call right now, your task to do it. Do it. Whatever is scaring you that someone's going to make fun of you or say something, I urge you to do that as one of your tasks this week. Ooh, task time. So, for this week's How Are We Loving Ourselves? I want you to do something that terrifies you in the physical. If it is something that you were insecure about or something that you've always wanted to do or be able to do or something, I couldn't pull that off. I want you to do it. Do you have an outfit that you go, I'm just too fat to wear that? Girl, shut up. Sir, silencio, por favor. Do it. Put it on. Don't worry about nobody says about you. If you have a makeup look you want to do, you want to put an eyeshadow, you put a lipstick on, you're like, I just can't, I don't have the right lips, or my face looks funny. Baby, do it. Do it. You are going to feel so empowered when it's done. You'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Oh my God, I like it. And then a lot of times, people, it's a haircut that you want to do that you're scared. Baby, hair grows back. Do it. I had a lady, last story before I got to go. She always wanted to do this really cute short haircut, and she was terrified. Baby, I spoke light into her. I said, let's do it. First of all, you got the baddest that's about to kill this. But let's do it. Just from my confidence alone amped her up. Do you know, we were done at first. She was like, okay, I don't know. Does it look good? I don't know. I was like, you got this. You look incredible. You know you do. You were just nervous about what people are going to say to you. She walked right into the grocery store and got more compliments in her life on the hairstyle that she was terrified to do than the hairstyle she'd been wearing for years and thought was so good. Many of her friends and family was telling her, you look so much better this way. The other hair made you look so frumpy. And it's not about worrying about what people say about you, but just the realization that, oh, wow, I didn't even realize that people were complimenting her. And she was just like, I was so worried and stopped myself all these years for doing something I wanted to do about other people's opinions. And I do it, and all these people actually like it. But then I realized it doesn't matter because I like it. There's a lesson. So, speak love in yourself. I've already said a few things. I'm beautiful. I'm kind. Speak it. But your task, outside of speaking love and light into yourself, is do something in the physical that you are insecure about. And y'all not telling me what y'all do. Now, some of y'all have let me know, and I appreciate that. But I need y'all to start moving in your authentic light. Let's do this, people. We are getting really into the thick of this year. We're getting in there. And you know, about to come up into the summer. That's insecure season because sundresses and bikini stuff come out. I'm going to be employing some of y'all to put on a bikini. That is terrified. Who cares if a love handle slips out? More to grab on. Okay, my beautiful Earth Soul family, I've taken enough of your time. Plus, I got to get scoot my booty on to work and make other people feel beautiful, love, and light. But I love you guys so much. Please continue to uplift yourself and stay in a high vibrational place. Do not allow this season of Valentine's Day love be about relationship, but relationship with yourself. I love you guys so, so very much. Now I expect you to love yourself the same way. Have a beautiful high vibrational day. I love you guys.